All right, everyone. So I'm going to do my recap here today, go over the trades from the morning. Sitting in a pretty good spot today overall. I am down about 25% off my high on LFWD. I gave back a little profit on LFWD and I gave back a little profit on CRVO, but in total, sitting at 3 times the daily goal, which is good. And it's actually one of the better days so far for the month of March, which, has been a slower month. I tried to squeeze a little bit more profit out today. I was sitting just under 20K on the day and was really trying to cross over that level. And well, I gave back 5 grand off the top. So I'm walking away feeling strangely defeated, although up $14,584.14. So I'm in the green, certainly, but definitely a good place to walk away because I'm feeling a little frustrated. I think I had 3 losing trades or maybe 4 losing trades in a row to finish the day, which I think I mentioned this last week. I don't love ending the day on a loss. Just not a super fun way to finish the day, but it is what it is. I guess it's better than starting the day with a loss. So CRVO was the first stock I traded this morning. This one, you guys got a nice move on it yesterday. At the open, it squeezed from $2.30 all the way up to $6.50. It pulls back, and then really, this was the clean move right there, and then it was choppy. It popped up a little bit after hours, dropped back down, and pre-market it popped up right here, and that's where I jumped in. And so you can see I'm up $13,556.54 on CRVO, second day continuation. So in total, I traded it, pretty well, but I did get back a little profit on this one as well. So let's go to the 10-second chart and kind of get dialed in. So first of all, CRVO, relatively low float stock, had some momentum yesterday. This morning, all of a sudden it pops up here, and I took my first entry at $6.12 right here on that micro pullback. So that micro pullback was my first entry. If you are not familiar with how to trade micro pullbacks, I will put the link in the description for this episode of my micro pullback strategy. It is a PDF. You can download it. You can start practicing it in your own trading starting today. I think you'll be impressed at how this gives you an edge on getting an early entry on some of these stocks. So this was on the 10-second chart that I got the micro pullback. It squeezes up to 660, pulls back, goes up to 670, pulls back, goes up to $7. Consolidation sideways right here. And in this area, I gave back a little profit off the top, trying to time the break of 7. And then it rips through 710 right here, pulls back, goes up to 730, doesn't pull away. Dips back down, back up to 740, can't break 750, but it doesn't surprise me because if we look at the daily chart, here we go, we got a double top right up here, right? So we've always got to make sure we zoom out so we get context. So you had double top right here around 748. So we came up to 748 and I said, all right, we're going to have resistance up here. It tried to break it, but this was a little premature. It then pulls back, dips back down, and then it comes up. And I actually had a really nice trade, best trade of the day right here. So what did I do here? Well, I had this support level drawn at about 709. I noticed previously we had dipped down, support, dip down, support, and then dip down, support. So I was watching right here to buy that dip, and I didn't get in because I thought it might test $7, and I wanted to see if it would hold 7. Well, it ended up obviously holding, but not going all the way to 7, so I didn't get an entry. And then right here, as it starts to break to the upside, I started to see this volume, and I was like, I better jump in here. So I took a starter right there at about what was it? It was 718 average. And then I added as it broke through this high right here, which is about 725. And I added right here at 730. And next thing you know, we've got a micro pullback right there. Once again, that's the micro pullback right there in anticipation of the breakthrough 750. And on that trade right there, that was my best trade of the day. So from 709 all the way up to 770. I mean, it's not an incredible trade, but it was pretty nice at the time. So unfortunately, though, it can't break higher. We're sort of struggling right here, and then it rejects. So I end up giving back a little bit of profit right in this area as it rejects. It comes back up. I'm trying it again. it comes up to 8, but it's not able to really pull away in a clean manner. We kept having these sort of rejection candles. And so I peaked at about 15,000 in profit on this one and gave back 1,500 off the top. Not the end of the world, but it's just, I don't know, it's a little annoying. And then at the open, it's just sold off too much. So now it's out of play, unfortunately. So then we had SNES. Now, SNES was kind of surprising. This one had a news after hours. It popped up, pulled back pre-market, and then it popped up right here, and I jumped in it as it started to squeeze. Hit the scanners, goes from 280 all the way up to about 340. Boom, locked up profit on that, but it does a round trip. It comes all the way back down. Don't love seeing that. That's bearish. So that gave me a little bit, I felt a little cautious on that. And that was at about 710. So my first trade was on CRVO. Then my second trade was on SNES, and then I switched back to CRVO. And I traded CRVO until getting a break-even trade basically on Xena, which also was up yesterday. It was looking for continuation, got in, got out, $50. So nothing. And then LFWD. This is my sore spot today. I saw it pre-market, and I didn't trade it pre-market because it kind of popped up here, and after seeing some pops and rejections, I didn't trust it. Comes back up, no interest, and then at the open, it squeezes into a halt. I missed it, no trade. It resumes, dips and rips, but I didn't want to trade it here. Why? Because the 200 moving average was right around 270. But it finally looks like it's going to break it right here, so I get in, and I stop out for a $2,000 loss. Then it comes back up a second time, I add back right here, and then I add for the break of 3, and I stop out a second time for a $1,000 loss. And at that point, after giving back 1,500 on CRVO and then taking 2 losses on LFWD, I said, I was trying to get over 20,000 on the day. I got a little focused on trading my P&L, and I pushed it a little too hard. And now I've given back 25% off the top. So I better get out while the going's good and be grateful for the profit that I have in my pocket and just not overstay my welcome. This is the reality with trading, especially in a cold market. It's a little bit of hit and run. You get green, you get out. And today, I just got a little fixated on, I thought I could make a little bit more. Now, I had some good reason for thinking that. This is one of the better days so far for the month of March here. I haven't imported, actually, I did import my trades from last week. I haven't imported my trades from this week yet. So here's the thing. February was really hot. We had a really strong market in February, and then all of a sudden coming into March, we got the tariff talks, right? So we knew that this was coming, and it's created, I think people were hoping they would get pushed back again, and, we would buy more time, this and that. But anyways, that sent the market down about 10% off the highs. So the overall market's been pulling back, which is, look, we've been in a strong bull market. It's been really strong. So a little pullback is not surprising, but traders have been a little nervous. Sentiment has shifted a little bit. And so this week, I felt like companies were not putting out big headlines. So typically, we sit down each morning and we're looking for breaking news, and we just weren't getting a lot of breaking news headlines. So each day we've had to be really picky and be really patient and just kind of wait for, is there something moving? And so the reality is last week I finished all things considered, here you go. I finished in decent shape last week with $49,000 in profit, but I had set an aggressive goal of 100 grand for the first week of March, and I came up way shy. So now, as we're coming into the second week, or coming really towards the end of the second week of March, let me go ahead and import my trades, and we can see where I'm at here for this part of the month. I am still lagging behind, and that doesn't include today's profit. So I'm going to import. Lightspeed makes it really easy to import your trades to TraderView. I really do like this software quite a lot. So got the import going there. I'm going to go back to the reports, and then you go back to calendar. You go back over to March, and then you refresh, and it's going to start populating the trades. So oops, let's get rid of that filter. So there we go. All right, so 19,000 on the week, right, coming into today. So now I'm at 35,000, 34,000. That's not bad. Well, I guess 33,000. But you can see today is going to be, I guess, the second best day of the month. I've only had one day where I was up over 20 grand this month. And I think I got a little excited that finally I was going to have a nice big green day today where I was breaking out of this sort of, slow stretch of the last 6 days. And it is. It is a nice green day. 14,000, that's not bad. But obviously I gave back a little more than I needed to. So that's something that I've got to work on. But it's always the question that we face as traders: should I keep trading or should I walk? And if you walk and something squeezes, you feel like, I should have stayed a little longer. If you overtrade and you get back some profit, you feel like I should have walked a little sooner. And we're always our biggest critics. So it's like we can never be perfect. It's just the way it goes. I would say typically the way I like to think of it is I want to trade and sort of think of this as your equity curve for the day. Oops, where's my drawing tool? So I want to make some money. And then if I walk away here, I don't know what could have been. So what I like to do is I usually like to make some money. And then once I've given back about 10% off the top, that's where I walk, once I've given back 10%. So certainly if you go like this, you feel kind of stupid. You gave back too much. If you go like this and you go red on the day, you feel really dumb. So somewhere around here, giving back, 10, 15%, not too much more than that, I think is acceptable. Today, I gave back a little more than I'd prefer. 25%, from 20 grand down to 14.5 is, it's a little more than I'd prefer, but it's tolerable. And it's also easier once you're up quite a bit to tolerate giving back a little bit more in percentages because you're still walking away above your daily goal. If you're only at 5,000 or 6,000 on the day, you may feel more inclined to walk away sooner, which was exactly the case for me Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. None of these were big enough days that I felt like I had the cushion to take extra risk. Today I had a cushion to take a little more risk. I did, but it didn't pay off. So, well, that's a bummer, but that's all right. It's just the luck of the draw. So sitting now, 69,000 on the month. So 69, 79, 84,000 on the month after today. It's not bad, but I'm a little bit behind my aggressive goals for March. So year to date, let's total it up. I am sitting at grand total of, is it crossing 1 million yet? Let's see. Oh, we're getting close. $968,000 in profit. Add today's will be $982,000 in profit approximately. And still averaging 20,000 a day, although the daily average is coming down more and more each day that I fail to hit that number. But at 71% accuracy with a good profit loss ratio, trading is going quite well. And there's Thursday with another strong green day. And there's the time of day, trading most aggressively at the open. And then, unfortunately, today, I'm going to add a little bit more loss to this window. That's a bummer. Don't like seeing that. But it's just the way it goes. Actually, the window looks like the loss is really from 10 to 11. So, no, I didn't actually cut into that window. Anyways, doesn't matter. Green is good. Live to trade another day. And for those of you guys that want to get better at trading these micro pullbacks, make sure you download that micro pullback PDF pinned to the top of the comments. And I will be back at it live streaming tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. for members at Warrior Trading. So let's hope for a strong finish to the week. Hopefully, maybe today there'll be some nice momentum like you had on CRVO yesterday. That would be, because that carried right into me getting, some nice trades this morning. So that's what I'll be hopeful for. And as always, you guys manage your risk. And remember, my results aren't typical, so please take it slow and practice in a simulator, especially as you're learning these new strategies. I'll put links to a couple of episodes I recently uploaded right here, including a breakdown of the best brokers for day trading and the best brokers for Canadians. Interesting episode. Check that out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.